up, Badlands? Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
Good evening and welcome to Flow episode 31. Excuse me. I am your host, Cam Cooksey, and despite all of our power companies, or I guess the city's, county's efforts, we're going to be here tonight. So how's everybody doing? If anybody doesn't know, there was a transformer that blew in our neighborhood probably around 6 o'clock. And they said that it wasn't going to be back until 8:45. So I went ahead and I didn't want to have you guys waiting. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cancel the show. I don't want to make people think I'm going to have a show and then, pull an alpha. But turns out they ended up getting it back on pretty quickly. So with that being said, we're here and let's get the show going. How's everybody in the chat doing? We got a bunch of our regulars in here. We got YouTube going over here. Good evening, everyone from Miss Rhea Freedom Fighter. Good evening to you. Good to see you. DevHouse1 says, I'm glad your power came on. I was getting worried when I didn't see your show listed on Rumble. I need my Saturday night flow. Yeah, man, I need it too. Good to see you. Poet of Tomorrow, throwing up the peace sign. What's up? How you doing? T-Dub 007. Yep, Christmas is almost here, y'all. We got, what is it, about 2 weeks? Check his calendar over here. We got, less than 2 weeks. 12 days. 12 days of Christmas. Oh, yeah, guys. It's coming. Like I said, we got YouTube in the house. Claire Cat, good to see you. Nick Finishman, what's up, brother? How you doing? All right, y'all. So let's get into the show. LOL, pull out Alpha Burn. Yeah, he didn't show up last week for people. He sent allegedly himself in a gorilla costume on Friday. I know he's been under the weather, so, and I don't know if you guys saw his post, but he was not feeling well and they didn't have sit rep, but he was able to, I think it was maybe on Friday, but he went out with daddy-daughter date. So he's a Marine, man. He may get sick, but if he has duties as a father, he takes care of him. So much love to Alpha. I'm just giving him shit because I love him. But good to see y'all. Lateral 462 says it's snowing like mad right now in Ohio. That's crazy. And that's not crazy. Ohio at this time of year. I mean, it's almost Christmas, but have a good time out there. Enjoy the snow. Obviously, be aware of what's around you and everything. Have resources on hand, but enjoy it, man. It's all part of God's great creation that He allowed us to live in. Ghostsmith 801 says, "What up, Cam and Badlanders? What's up, y'all? All right, so let's get into the show. So first off, I'm going to start with an ad from Conscious Strength. Talk about Jordan's company. You guys all know Jordan. He was the one munching down food yesterday on Only Lands and making all of us hungry. Also, I was watching Maha News earlier at 4 o'clock with him and Nate. Shout out to Nate. What's up, brother? And they were talking about the whole craze on sardines and how that's like the new fad. And I mean, sardines, I believe, are good for you. There's been studies done on it. Take that with a grain of salt. With sardines, you don't need salt. They're very salty fish. But yeah, I mean, I actually like sardines. I remember when I was a kid, I used to hate them just because like cartoons and just pop culture made sardines seem real gross, especially on pizza. And then one day I tried them because my one of my best friends, his younger brother, loved sardines on pizza. So I had it and it was delicious. Very salty, but Really good. Oh, lateral 462. I hate snow. Well, maybe you should move away from Ohio. It's kind of like the people in the desert that are asking for the aid and relief. Move to where the food is. Move to where the snow ain't. Move to where the snow ain't. All right. So first up, we got Conscious Strength. Maha yourself with supplements that don't suck from Conscious Strength. Founded by Badlands' very own Jordan Sather in 2019, Conscious Strength products are made in America and won't break your bank, unlike other online brands. Their lineup includes collagen for strengthening joints and hair, electrolytes to get rid of those cramps, green powder that tastes good and mixes easy, She Legit gummies, methylene blue, zeolite, and more. Flip the finger to pharma. Be your own doctor and get supplements that you can trust from Conscious Strength. Go to badlandsmedia.tv/strength to shop now. One more time, badlandsmedia.tv/strength. Link will be in the description below. So thank you, Jordan, for that. You guys saw me last show. I did the methylene blue and Yeah, I took 20 hits of the methylene blue. No, I had methylene blue and the argon. I think it's argon oil. No, oregano oil on screen. And then right now I have the electrolytes. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. The Conscious Strength electrolytes. They're really good. They taste delicious. They've got like pink salt in it. You guys can't see that. But anyway, I guess if I turn the light off. Whoa. Yeah, so it's like a pink powder. Really good tasting though. Hopefully this didn't mess that up too much. But anyway, could you guys see me? I was smiling the whole time. But no, so Conscious Strength, the electrolytes, I have them right now in my water. I need some of right now because my mouth's getting dry, but all of Jordan's products are really good. So make sure you check out his stuff, badlandsmedia.tv/strength. All right. Lateral. I feel a little bad now ragging on you. Lateral 462 said can't move. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. I'm sorry to hear that. But to be fair, the snow will be gone in a few months. And there are plenty of people that could use I don't know if they could use the snow, but they could use the cold. But just stay inside, stay warm. Marcy says, first of all, hey Marcy, how you doing? Marcy Serve says, by the way, correct me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. She said, I just bought 2 jars of electrolytes for hubby and me. Great choice. Yeah, Jackie and I, if we're hydrating properly, we go through one of those in probably at least a month. And it's worth it, man. Like, obviously you can always hydrate more. You never want to overhydrate, but with that stuff, you just pop it in your water. I have it in you saw that it was like a 32 ounce, I think is how much that cup holds. And I just pour 1 scoop in there, even though it says, I think it's 1 for 16 ounces. So it's a little diluted, but I feel great. 12 to 16 ounces, it says. All right. Serve, like cerveza. Soft C, serve. Cerveza. Yeah. All right. Marcy Serve. Thank you so much, Marcy. Hold on real quick. I've been wondering how much of it to drink daily. I would ask Jackie for that. I mean, I can make my own decisions. It says, let's see what the directions say. It says mix 1 scoop in 12 to 16 ounces of water and drink slowly. Stir, shake to dissolve. Taste best served cold. It doesn't say anything about the daily amount. Or I guess right here. So let's see. The serving size is 1 scoop daily. So the vitamin C is over your daily value for 1 serving. It's 105% of your daily value. Vitamin B6, I can't talk today, is 100% of it. Calcium's 4, magnesium's 10, sodium's 22. Yeah, so basically, I'd say if you're really dehydrated, I'd probably do a couple, but I think 1 should be good a day. Yeah. Let's put it this way. If I was still playing soccer, I'd probably have like 2 to maybe 3 a day, but that would have to do with like during practice or after practice and stuff like that. But good to see you, Rocky Top Apologist. Glad you made it, man. How'd that game turn out? I didn't see the final score, the Army-Navy game. Obviously our power went out. Keto Higgins says the snow is afraid of Ann Arbor, Michigan because it's white. It's afraid of a football coach might get it pregnant like Tracy Morgan. Somebody getting pregnant tonight. Somebody getting pregnant tonight. Tracy Morgan is hilarious to me, guys. I know that not everybody likes all the celebrities and stuff. But one comic that's very funny to me is Tracy Morgan. Oh, we were talking about this. It was your cousin, maybe. Hold on, I'll read through it. So Tennessee Rugby won the national championship today. Congratulations to them. I'm obviously a Bulldog, but congratulations to the Volunteers, because I know that Rocky Topologist has a link to that team. So congratulations again. And then he said, maybe Jackie needs to do a Hooks and Harmony with rugby songs. Navy won. Nice. Go Navy, beat Army, because my family are all Marines. So CanCon and Alpha taught me that we're supposed to root for the Navy. I actually did not know that. Kind of sad I didn't know that, like an idiot. But anyway, all right. So first off, man, we've been doing stuff for a minute. All right, now that I'm kind of into the flow of things, pun intended, we'll do a couple of ads later, but I wanted to start off with the Army Navy game. It was actually a perfect segue. So first of all, why am I so big on this screen? That's so annoying. But first of all, let me share my screen. So Donald Trump was obviously at the Army Navy game, and this is just a short clip, but I thought it was very interesting because it was posted by the White House specifically, and the clip is exactly 17 seconds. So obviously you guys see that at the bottom, 17 seconds. Keck. I just thought that was very interesting. And like I said, it's from the White House.
And played on repeat.
Hold on. Trying to pause that. Like I said, it's from the White House's account 4 hours ago, America's Game. So interesting. I don't know why I didn't like that yet. And I'll actually repost it now. All right. So I wanted to start off with that, obviously, to just kind of get us into the whole flow of things. Christmas is coming around. Let me take this off screen. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're all starting to feel antsy. I hear people talking about arrests. There's like different types of beefs or whatever going on the internet that none of us will think about, but for some reason we still talk about. Rocky Topologist, did Biden ever do an Army and Navy game? I doubt it. And even if he did, no, it was not memorable. He wasn't even the real president, so no, he could barely get there. But anyway, yeah. So I really just feel like I've been focused on the people that are calm and relaxed, and I've always gone that way. I don't really follow people that are frantic and overly hype. I mean, I get excited from time to time, you know. There's things that I care about. Hey, cat. But personally, I feel like having an even keel, being able to understand that life is made up of a bunch of different little things that none of us can truly control. Never get too high, never get too low. And I'm just not worried, man. I mean, I'll just pull up the picture again, but we just saw President Trump at the Army Navy game saluting during the national anthem. And part of this country, it feels like everything is really right. And then a part of this country, it feels like it's still the old guard. Like, I almost feel like we're shedding our old skin. Not even skin, but we're shedding like our old layers, and we're developing new layers. Like all the bad and old is leaving and the new is coming in. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be rocky. It's not going to be uncomfortable for people, but there's so much interesting stuff that's going on. So, let's see how you guys are doing over in the chat. You guys are talking. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. All right, I'll keep going. So yeah, I feel like all the stuff that has been going on in the news lately, like the Tina Peters getting pardoned. I think that the Tina Peters getting pardoned, I got in a little late in the conversation last night, and I didn't want to just keep talking about it. But I truly believe that that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't the case that she was going to eventually be released from prison and she was going to, hopefully, Lord willing, be all right health wise. And I think it's going to happen soon. I don't know what type of move it is. I know we were talking about it last night. Like, why now? Why didn't he do it before? What's going on? I also think that what's going on in Venezuela, or near the Venezuela area, I think the fact that Maduro is calm, I think that that's a sign that a lot of my other co-hosts and friends and other content creators at Badlands have been right for a very long time. Like, this is the sovereign alliance that BP talks about and Ghost has been really delving into recently, and plenty of other people. I think the whole Patrick Byrne thing is very interesting, because why now? Why did Patrick Byrne come out and ruin his credibility all of a sudden? That's the only question I have about that, because I really don't care about the specifics of it, because I don't believe the story. Why are these guys getting exposed so much? I think the thing going on in Venezuela, this is a guess, but I think the thing going on in Venezuela has to do with a shadow war that's actually kinetic between state actors or non-state actors and our military. I think that we are moving into regions of responsibility. I think that we're developing a relationship with Russia that is going to create stability around the world, because of not necessarily the threat, but the power of those two countries working together. There's no two other countries that can link up together that would give it a fighting chance. It would have to be the whole world. I think things are just going in the right direction. I think that there's a lot of noise, and through it all, some of the things that I wanted to share with you guys. And shout out to, I think I saw him on YouTube, Gus. I gotta find the video real quick. Where are you, Gus? I saw your name up here, right here. Gus ATL 2068 says, "Oops, I'm late." You're not late, brother. You're right on time. And that was actually a little bit ago at 7:43. But anyway, good to see you, brother. I'm actually gonna play. Let's see. Do I want to play your video first or the other one? I think I'll play your video first, and then no, I'll play your video second. But since you're here, stay around for a minute, because I'm gonna show the video that you sent in. And thank you so much for sending it. Right now, we're going to talk a little bit about energy. I'm no expert on energy, but I understand how it works. I've spent my entire life believing in not science, but in the scientific method. And because it's a method, it's steps, it's a tool used to discern information. I'd say that's probably the best way to describe it. So the first one, I'm going to see if I can pull up this file, because should be able to work. Yep. Okay. So I believe, oh wait, no, I wanted to play the other one. Yeah, no, I'll play this one. So I realized that I won't be able to play the clip from somebody else in our group, but the one that Gus was talking about was very fascinating. And so I'll bring it to the stage, I'll let it play, and we can discuss it a little bit if you guys don't mind afterwards. Right.
Startup just made nuclear history. Meet Valar Atomics, the first private company ever to achieve criticality, meaning they split the atom and sustained a nuclear chain reaction without any government lab doing it for them. And this happened under Trump's reactor pilot program, designed to fast-track advanced nuclear reactors and beat China in the nuclear race. But here's what nobody talks about. They didn't actually produce power yet. What they did was prove the physics works, like the reactor's first heartbeat. Think of it like dominoes. If you space them too far apart, the chain stops. Space them perfectly, and one domino hits the next, and the reaction sustains itself forever. That's criticality. On November 17th at 11:45 a.m., they hit criticality for the first time in startup history. But the craziest part, they're not trying to make electricity. Instead of converting nuclear heat into power, they're skipping that step entirely and using the heat to create hydrogen and synthetic fuels. This could power AI data centers, steel production, cement factories, and chemical plants, because solar and wind alone can't handle that kind of energy demand. Trump's executive order set a goal for at least 3 startups to achieve criticality by July 4th, 2026. Valar just became the first 7 months early. 1 startup, 1 reactor, 1 test that just opened the door to America's nuclear future. American start.
Thank you guys. Oh, that's hilarious. So that's the first time I've ever showed. That's the first time I've ever showed a video that's like from an image file, and then it mutes you automatically when you come back. So that's a good lesson to learn. So we can all laugh about that for a second. Let me see if I can find the sound effect for that. Here, this is what you guys were. Oh no, it's not. Oh, this is what you guys were feeling. Shame, shame, shame. I know. Oh. Let's give a moment of silence for my my dummery with the music in the background. All right. Nick Finishman, there is no such thing as wasting a bunch of words. Man, I talk so much that my words, sometimes it just happens. All right, so Jennifer Ray, perfect, a recap. So thank you. So the video we just played was talking about, oh God, I forgot the exact word, creditality. Let me play it again. I'm gonna remember not to mute myself.
Startup just made nuclear history. Meet Valari Atomics, the first private company ever to achieve criticality, meaning they split the atom and sustained a nuclear chain reaction without any government lab doing it for them. And this happened under Trump's reactor pilot.
Okay. I'm not muted. Okay. So do I have Ghost Sound Engineer? No, I don't have Ghost Sound Engineer. Although I think I might be his sound engineer because I'm usually the one that lets him know when he's been muted. But anyway, so no, that was just me messing up. But so basically what that video we had just watched was saying was that we reached a threshold in nuclear reactors to where they can basically like ping reactions. They can, all right, so they've set it up to where you can start off with an original nuclear reaction, and then you have other I guess it would be neutrons, but you have other particles that are going to get hit, and then the reaction continues. So they've basically found a way to spread them out to where it can go on forever on its own. So once you get the initial reaction, it's just going to continue until, well, I guess forever. There's always a new reaction coming. So so the point is that these are type of things that have obviously been hidden from us for years, because there have been all different types of I don't think how to describe it. There's been all different types of advancements in science and nuclear reaction, but it's all been based off of war and the threat of war and suppressing that information. And now what's happening is Trump is opening it up. He's deregulating almost everything in a safe manner, so that we can really thrive as a country, and we can tap into all of our resources, whether they be like physical natural resources under the ground or above the air or up in the atmosphere, or just the people, the American citizens. So I brought that one up because I really just wanted to start off with showing the strength that Trump shows when he's there at the Army Navy game or the Navy Army game. Then the things that we're doing in with nuclear reaction and the advancement in science, and tying it back into our connection with Russia, which I think is huge. I think we all know that Russia's always been somewhat of an ally to us, maybe not to our regimes that have been in charge, but to the American people. The Russian people have been an ally. I mean, obviously they were in World War II and Civil War and with the North and things like that. But I think that this whole, what is it? I forgot what the name of it is. The thing that's like the counter to the G7. That group, like that's another huge move. It's gonna happen. It's probably already happened. They wouldn't have announced it if it wasn't happening. What I'm trying to tell you guys is, and this is kind of coming from the lady that was in the Only Lands chat last night that was saying she was blackpilling a little bit. Guys, this stuff is just distraction and chaos trying to throw us off course, and we're not having it, man. Like this is one of the best times for us to be alive, and in my personal and humble opinion, we're the only ones that can screw it up. And honestly, the only thing we have to do is, no, not Bricks G Fontes. I'll look it up in just a second. But Sergeant Sparky, you're not that late. We're about 30 minutes in, but it's not your fault. We didn't know if we were going to have a show because of some other stuff. But I lost my flow of thought. But the group that, let's see, somebody in the chat might know it. If you guys think of it, let me know. What's the group? That was just started. It's funny because it does say BRICS, but that's not the one I'm looking for. Core 5, the C5 group. Yeah, so the C5 group: India, China, Russia, US, and I forgot the other country. But anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is that I think that all of that is pointing towards everything that we've been working for the last 8, 9 years, 10 years. So we're good, guys. We're good. Everything's good. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's been all right. It doesn't mean that things aren't happening along the way. It's not that we aren't getting hurt along the way, but we're gonna be all right. And thank you, Miss Ria. Oh, Japan and Iran. Oh, Japan. Yes. Thank you, Garrett Spies 5478 over on YouTube. And yes, the Core 5. Thank you, Miss Ria, Freedom Fighter. So yeah, like, guys, these things don't happen unless everything's already all right. And like I said, that doesn't mean that there's not still kinetic things happening, but I think these moves are strategic moves to protect us rather than strategic moves to take out our opponent. I think it will take out our opponent, but I think the attack vectors have already been planned out and mapped out. Mapping began long ago, but I do believe that everything else is just set up for minimum blowback, and that's why it takes so long, because you have to get everything in order so that when you strike, you have the least amount of casualties. So I'm gonna try to do the thing that Ash was doing last night and do the rants during the show, because then I'm less likely to forget them. So we're gonna pull up 2 rants that have already come in, and thank you guys so much for ranting, supporting the show, supporting Badlands Media. I saw someone say it earlier and I forgot to mention it because it was during the video, but please hit the thumbs up. That's the best metric for us to measure if you like the show, if you're watching the show, if you're not a bot. I don't know if bots have learned how to use their thumbs yet. I know that it was really hard for Alpha Kong last night to use his thumbs because he doesn't have opposable thumbs, but I don't know about the bots. So first up, we've got G Fontes 119 says for $1 says, LOL, let Alpha know that Sigourney Weaver was looking for him. That's a good one. That's a reference to Only Lands last night. If you guys didn't watch it, go back and watch. Alpha blessed us with one of his mini costumes and stayed in character the whole night. We had some fun with it as the night went on. Zach was telling stories and Alpha was acting them out. It's a good time. Thank you so much, G Fontes. And then $5 from Rocky Top Apologist. Good to see you, brother. Says, hey, I didn't mean the dumbass comment when your audio went blank. So here's $5 for the swear jar. Thanks, brother. I really appreciate it. I think I said dumbass like 3 times. Well, I just said it again. So I probably have to throw in another 15 myself. But thank you guys so much. And if you guys are watching the show on replay, this is another thing that I rarely mention. But we have Badlands boosts on badlandsmedia.tv, the same place I told you guys to go for conscious strength. But instead of doing /strength, go to badlandsmedia.tv/boosts, and you can choose my show. You can choose the whole company. You can choose Only Lands, which I'm usually on Friday nights at 10:30. You can choose Y Chromes 1 o'clock on Mondays. I'm on that show with Alpha, CanCon, and JB, and any other Badlands show. So yeah, we get those. They usually don't come in like directly during the show unless you do it at the beginning. But the good thing is we get all the proceeds instead of a large portion, which we get from Rumble, but they still have to take their cut, as most businesses do. But for Badlands boosts, it goes directly to us. So make sure you check it out after the show. Thank you guys. All right. So the next thing that I wanted to show, I don't know why I stopped sharing that screen. Oh, here we go. The next thing I wanted to show you guys was also sent over from somebody in our group. Obviously not going to dox him, but I want to see if I can find who it was. their handle, because I was really appreciative of it. Let's see. It was Francis E. So this one is about this ties into, in my opinion, this ties into sound and vibrations. Well, it is sound and vibrations, but it ties into energy, the energy talk in general. And if I would have been able to show you guys that video of the different structures of like the old world, basically, I could have showed you, and you could have heard them talking about it. Basically, what they were saying was the reason these cathedrals and these temples and these buildings were built the way they were built. And I know a lot of you guys know this, but for anybody that doesn't know, the reason they were built the way they were was for the acoustics. Like you could whisper in one corner of the room and you could hear it throughout the whole room, like it was you were in a mic speaking in a microphone. And when people would chant or when they would sing hymns or sing songs, the vibrations in the building, they actually had healing properties to them. And so I think it's fascinating that all this technology, all this knowledge it's being released. It's been in the dark for so long. I think that shining the light and the light as a metaphor is shining light on humanity of all the knowledge that God gave us that has been suppressed by evil men and evil kingdoms, I guess you could say, evil powers, groups, secret societies that have been using this stuff not only against us, but they've been holding it from us so that we can never have a fair fight. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys this clip. Is from Sassington MC. I'll just share the tab so you guys can read it too. If it ever pulls up. Yeah. So Sassington MC on X.
Song that hits different. And
all right, so let me pause this music, and I should probably close the door because the sirens are bothering me. You guys probably can't hear it, but something's going on over there. All right, so this one says your brain wants to, or Sassington MC on X says your brain wants to hear your newest favorite song over and over, not just because you like it, but because it's fixing something. So I'm going to play this for you guys. I'll make it full screen. I'm going to pop myself out here for a minute. So obviously listen to what he's saying, and then we could talk about it a little bit. Before I do that, I want to pop this up here. The Poet of Tomorrow says, question, what quote unquote time frame are we talking about regarding cathedrals? So the ones that I've seen, they're dating around like the turn of the first millennium, like 1000 AD and times like that. But a lot of these structures were up until like the World's Fair, like those, like the 1800s. Like these structures were up for hundreds and hundreds of years, some of them for over 1,000 years. And then when the world was just kind of like reset, wiped clean around that time period, to bring in the new like global order, that would be the time period where they got knocked down. So you could say anywhere between like before 1000 AD to probably like 1850-ish, probably like around the Civil War. That's what I'm referring to. But anyway, so that's a great question, and thank you for asking that, Poet of Tomorrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and then I want to hear what you guys' thoughts are on it, and yeah, let's just see what we get.
you find a song that hits different and play it on repeat for hours, days, maybe weeks, until suddenly you can't stand it. Your brain discovered that specific frequency combination produces neurotransmitters you're lacking. Music neuroscientists found that obsessive song repetition isn't about the lyrics or the melody. Your brain identified exact frequencies that trigger production of whatever chemical you need. Sad songs that make you cry release oxytocin. Angry music discharges cortisol. That one song on repeat is medicine. Your brain keeps requesting the dose until your chemistry balances. Then suddenly the song does nothing for you. You must not need that medicine anymore. This is why specific songs help during specific life periods, then become unlistenable. Your brain was using them as a pharmaceutical intervention. Here's something wild. You can identify what neurotransmitter you're low on by what songs you're craving. Seeking aggressive music means cortisol needs discharge. Wanting sad songs means you need oxytocin for healing. EDM cravings often indicate dopamine deficiency. I keep a playlist called Brain Medicine and pay attention to what songs I'm repeating. It tells me what my nervous system needs before I consciously know. The Neural Reset Protocol teaches neurotransmitter balancing without dependency. Tap the link in my profile.
All right. So I don't know that guy, so you don't need to tap the link in his profile. But I love the video because I didn't know all those specifics, but I did know a lot of that information when it comes to sound and frequencies in music. And that's something that's been used against us for so long. And just getting that information out there, man. That's the most important part, because once people have the information, it's like the stuff with health. Once you know that there's bioengineered contents in your food, then you have a choice to tell Campbell's to shove it. But you don't have that choice when they don't give you that information. So disclosure, exposure. Claire Cat, good to see you, Claire Cat. She says, Chartres Cathedral, one of the coolest, circa 1190. Yeah, that's that. I did not know the specific name of that cathedral. Put in the chat if you don't mind where that cathedral is. I'm assuming it's I'm assuming Russia, only because that's what I brought up, but who knows? But anyway, yeah, there are so many, and it sucks because we have like photographs, which technically they can be doctored. I know that. I'm one of the first people to say that I'm not sure if certain things are real or not, or if they're fake. But from the information that I've studied, and do your own research every time, the structures that they were all over the world. I mean, everywhere. Like places that are now just like third world countries used to have beautiful architecture and structure. Like think about how Austria and Vienna used to look. Obviously, World War II did a number on those places. Like Europe, I believe that the old Europe, it probably had plenty of faults, and we learned about a lot of them, even though we don't know how true history is. But there was some brilliance there, obviously. I mean, the Renaissance time period and other time periods before that. Like, guys, there are some beautiful structures, and there were reasons for it too. The Poet of Tomorrow says, curious because of acoustics and frequencies. Pipe organ frequencies are dependent on temperature. I did not know that, but that actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, frequency is energy. Temperature is energy. Heat is energy, which gives you temperature. So, I mean, there's a reason why all these things are called energy, and they are energy. There are links. It may not, we may not understand them in our human brain, but everything's connected. Everything is energy, and where attention goes, energy flows. Let's see. I just saw something I'm trying to find. There we go. So Poet of Tomorrow says again, also the standard is 440 tuning reference, generally speaking. Yes. And let me look this up actually. When did the general frequency, standard frequency, not general frequency. When did the general standard frequency of music change? I believe it's like 432 now. Sorry, guys. Oh, I also don't have the music playing. I just realized that. Let me turn on the music and see what the machine says. Sorry, that was kind of loud. There we go. 1939 conference. Guess I could share this. What is this thing? All right. So how do I do this? Oh, I'm over in the corner. So also the Poet of Tomorrow says also the standard is a 440 tuning reference, generally speaking. And for some, oh, not interested. I was like, why is this thing still here? All right. So it says there wasn't a direct switch from 432 hertz to 444 hertz as a single standard. That's bullshit in my opinion. But anyway, rather 440 hertz emerged as the dominant standard after a 1939 conference recommended it, with the ISO formalizing in 1955, while 432 hertz was a popular historical tuning like Verdi's is A, never a universal rule, and proposed scientific pitch in the 1700s that some musicians still prefer for its perceived natural resonance. That's interesting because I did not think it was. See, this is how I get very confused sometimes, guys. And I know you guys have probably felt it too. But you go to one place and it says one thing. Now, obviously, I'm using Google, so I'm just gonna take it for what it's worth. I'm gonna disregard that for now. Do some research later off air. Not gonna waste time with that. But I do believe that it's the. Sorry, I just got distracted by something. So Elizabeth 4326 says 432 is the good one. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking about. So let's. So the Poet of Tomorrow was saying one of the great Chicago Fairs organ is credited as being in storage by my great grandfather. That's really cool. Not true. Oh, but he did repurpose it, but couldn't have been stored by him. Oh, I got you. Well, you got me along the way on that one. So Claire Cat says it was changed just pre-World War II. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. And then Sergeant Sparky says 432 hertz while you sleep is noise. Yes, it is. So when I was going through a time period where like I was borderline, if not completely, an insomniac, I had to start using binaural beats. And man, the way I started to sleep, I eventually was able to wean myself off the drug of binaural beats. It's not a drug, but the healing frequencies are real, guys. Like there were times where I would use healing frequencies when I was awake, and then I'd have separate ones for when I was sleeping, separate ones from when I was feeling sick. And I mean, there's obviously the chance of placebo effect, and I think a lot of it is mental. But I think the reason it's being changed and altered mentally is because of the frequencies. I don't think it's just like, I think something and then some magic happens. I think there are frequency waves that are sent. And yeah, Grow Wizard says 1939 they changed from 432 to 440. Yep. Thank you very much. Miss Rio Freedom Fighter. Jimi Hendrix did not follow these rules. He did not. Yeah, I think this was supposed to be and gay. Yep, that's it. The ampersand on the keyboard is a 7. So Sergeant Sparky says 440 is fake, 7 gay. And then Poet of Tomorrow says look up concert pitch. I'm actually going to look that up. Yeah, it's fascinating to me because this is a good conversation for us to have. Concert pitch. If they, okay, see, so we're a lot of us are ragging on 440, and I'm not saying that there's not a reason to. I'm not saying that you should be doing it. We're just having a discussion right now, and I think this is the right one. Yeah, finally. All right. And so on this one, I need to find a way to bring up the Brave search because it's a way better search engine. So it says concert pitch is the standard tuning for A above middle C, set at 440 hertz, ensuring all instruments can play together in tune. Many instruments like clarinets and trumpets are transposing instruments, meaning the notes written for them are different from the actual sound they produce to make them easier to play. For example, I'm not going to read all that. But anyway, so let's see, standard reference. Concert pitch sets a common reference point with the note A above middle C to vibrate at 440 hertz. Just to tune the instruments to the same pitch, you can find sound. Okay, so I love that. I love that Poet of Tomorrow said that. So look up concert pitch. So concert pitch is set for 440 hertz, and it is said to do that because it allows all the instruments to be tuned at the same pitch. But not to be confused with 420 hertz, right? But that's fascinating to me because is 440 hertz evil, or not necessarily evil? Is 440 hertz used to manipulate people because of its power, or is it inherently made to be off pitch, or not off pitch, but to be an uneasy frequency for us to hear? Because I would argue that when I hear like orchestras and concerts, if they're all tuned to 440 hertz, oftentimes I get a very good feeling when I'm hearing their music. But I'm wondering, am I getting some type of frequency that I shouldn't be getting? I don't know, man. A lot to think about. Renata Ford 123 says the winners, the Satanists, rewrote history for their benefit to keep us stupid and in fear. All kingdoms are based on deception and fall. We will be done. Fake gods. Vatican mafia holds many secrets 3,000 years. Yeah, I think that the having an American Pope, I think that is definitely a sign that we don't have control over the Vatican. It's not some full control thing, whatever. But I mean, there's a reason why he's an American now, of all times. Trump posting those memes, or reposting memes of people having him in the Pope outfit or the Pope's robes. Yeah, just saying. So Grow Wizard says 432 hertz is harmony, 440 hertz is chaos. So to me, that actually makes sense. But what I'm wondering is why the 440 hertz in the large orchestra? Is it because are orchestras inherently organized chaos? I want to look this up. When did orchestras become a thing? Like, when did people? I don't know. When was the first orchestra created? Does anybody in the chat know that? So we can go up against it. Around 1600, the first orchestra I can share my screen. So I'll make this bigger so you can, you won't be able to see that. Put myself back on there. All right. So the first orchestra as we know it was with specific instruments for specific parts emerged around 1600 in Italy with Claudio Monteverdi. His opera Orfeo, moving beyond earlier mixed ensembles. While the word orchestra dates back to ancient Greece, referred to the stage area for chorus and instruments, and early instrumental groups existed. The modern concept of a structured instrument-specific ensemble truly began with the birth of opera in the early 17th century, evolving significantly through the Baroque and classical eras. Wow, that was hard for me to read. Whew, rough. But anyway, okay. So the reason I dug into that was because maybe there was a conscious effort at that time when orchestras became a thing. I don't know. Clearcat says, "Yep, Cam, they changed the frequency." Oh, I'm really far back now, guys. Hold on a second. Yeah, I got to catch back up. The Poet of Tomorrow says the 1893 Chicago Fair. That's when they changed the Pledge of Allegiance too. Yeah, that's another thing that they changed. And man, all this stuff it's so important, guys. Tesla said, "Think of everything as energy, frequency, and vibrations." Bingo. That's where I get a lot of this stuff from. Growing up, I was fascinated with Tesla. I genuinely, so I don't know if it was my schooling or what, or not my schooling, but my science teacher, Mr. Hadley. I'll never forget that man. He taught us so much stuff. But from what he taught us, he wasn't telling us these people were good, these people were bad. He just taught us to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibrations. And I left elementary school disliking Thomas Edison, like strongly disliking him and thinking that he was a crook, that he was an evil man that was holding back like growth because of money and power. Like I always had my heart was always on Tesla's side. So it's fascinating to get older and learn so much more information about him and the connection to John Trump and MIT, man, fascinating. So, Clairecat367 says, "Love Gregorian chants, Keith Higgins." Yeah, so do I. I genuinely think that some of these, so there are obviously there are chants, and I think we all know that Satan twists all things for his own, twists all things that are good for his own ends. And I think that's why you see all these chants and the robes and the demonic stuff at these satanic ceremonies and the different things that we've learned about and heard about. But I think that it comes from chanting, which was always to glorify God and to bring about healing. So let's see. Let's get further down. Garrett Spies says, I'm tone deaf anyway, LOL. Yeah, so I don't think that I'm tone deaf. I actually feel like I'm really good at hearing tone. But when it comes, well, I guess in a way I'm tone deaf. So for me, like when I produce the sound, I'm tone deaf, but I can hear sounds in the correct tone. So I'm a very good listener, not as great of an orator, if you will. All right, I'm gonna interesting. Grow Wizard says John Lennon wouldn't play to 440, only 432. I mean, could that have been why they killed him? Obviously not the only reason, guys. I'm not saying that they killed him because he wouldn't play their frequency. But the Beatles were obviously some type of British intelligence creation, or could have been our creation if we had hands over there. But I think at that time period, it would have been British. But I mean, there could be a reason why he refused to play that. Could have known more than we did. Yes, Sergeant Sparky. The band Tool has most of their catalog at 432 hertz on BootTube. Yeah, I love Tool. I've never been a big. Oh, here we go. So I've never been a big like metal fan, but Tool is one of the few bands that I love. Tool's music, all their music. Clearcat367 says research. I always pronounce this word wrong. I've heard of this before, by the way, and I've researched it. But solfeggio. Thank you, Jackie. Solfeggio frequencies. And I will do that. I'm gonna leave that up here. I'm gonna scroll down, try to catch up a little bit. Pure tone. Okay, so let me save this one real quick. So the Poet of Tomorrow, and the reason I keep bringing up the Poet of Tomorrow is because I really want to hear this side of it, because I'm not sure of what I think. Major chord equals happy, minor chord equals negative. Beyond that is beyond me. It's understandable. 440 is a pure tone, as is any other frequency, so good or bad. Okay. Space Monkey Cam, I was explaining this to you in Plymouth. Good to see you, brother. Yes, you were. Great to see you. Yeah, if you want to weigh in the chat, please just jump in and throw in what you know. Because like I said, I'm no expert on this, but the best way to describe me is I like to have general knowledge of almost everything that I can think of, because I'm never going to be able to know everything. So if I find general knowledge on all the things that I come across, I can choose which things to delve into. So I think energy might be the next thing for me. Thank you, Space Monkey. That was the way they were able to get. All right, I'm gonna skip all the way ahead. Oh no, right here. Grow Wizard says fear or love. 432 equals love. 440 equals fear. I've heard that before. Then Poet of Tomorrow says wind instruments are wind vibrating in an air column resonator. Yes, that's true. Peyton Poo, good to see you, brother. Says the Bible says the animals, trees, and rock will worship him, using more words and using my own voice. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, we're catching back up. Came as a music. Jackie Espada, my lovely girlfriend. By the way, Jackie had a fantastic show today. I think I can pull this up. Whoa, where'd you go, buddy? Thought I had some banners. Oh, here they are. So Jackie had her show today. Oh, I think this is a way to. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Just put it at the bottom. So Jackie has her show, Hooks and Harmony, on Saturdays at 3 p.m. and then the Good Book Sessions with Bay Theater Dave at 7 p.m. on Sundays. That's where they go over and talk about The Chosen, and they're already into season 2. So make sure you check that out. But the show today was the People's Playlist, and there was a lot of crying, a lot of tissues, but it actually ties into the last video we watched. It was songs that got you through something. And I know for a lot of people, there's always music that can get them through most times, and sometimes you don't know it till you get to that moment. I know for me, there's a couple songs that I've listened to over and over again, or at certain times in my life, they were the only song that could get me like up out of bed in the morning. But yeah, so make sure you check out her show. It's not always like that. There's lots. These were also fun songs too, because not all of them were like sad songs or anything. A lot of them were worship songs, which I think is awesome that we're bringing it back to God, but where it belongs. But yeah, guys, make sure you check out her content. And every day this week, or every day until Christmas, so I think there's 12 more days at noon p.m. Eastern time on her channel, Jackie Espada. She is doing, I'm going to look up. She's reading a chapter of the Gospel Luke, is what she was going to say, or what she said. It's called Walking with Jesus to Christmas. And chapter 14, I believe, is tomorrow. So make sure you guys check that out too. Jackie not only does that, but she obviously helps me with everything on my show. I wouldn't be here without her. Mr. Red Freedom Fighter says, Jackie Espada, hello, dear. Jackie. Hey, Rhea. Grow Wizard says, chanting equals breath work with vibrational frequencies, healing, very healing, and creates a meditative state. Yes, that's another thing, guys, is meditation. Meditation is not some hippie new age, like they use it, but it's not some hippie new age woo-woo stuff. Like meditation has been around since the time of Christ and before that. And it's a great way to quiet everything and to help come back to God. I personally feel like the times where I was, whether it was meditating because I was in some type of class doing meditation or whatever, I always felt like when I meditated, that was, each time I meditated, and this is only in hindsight, but each time I meditated, it was just getting me closer and closer back to Jesus Christ, whom I knew when I was a child, obviously, because if you really look back on your life, I know everyone doesn't have the greatest memories, but if you really look back on your life, there was a time in your life when you were really young. Most people, I don't know how everybody felt, but there's probably a time in your life where you can just think of one moment where everything just felt good. Maybe you were in your bed, maybe it was just a time period in your life where like life just seemed, you were excited for everything. And that was when like we were the closest to Jesus Christ. We were innocent children. We were just growing beings that were growing souls that we just had all the ambitions in the world. And I'm excited for our world to get back to that place. And I don't know if we've ever been there. Sorry, I said get back to. So what I mean is I'm excited for the world to get to that place. And I think we're on the way to that. I know I'm very hopeful. And I don't know, man. I think life is a lot easier than people think it is. I think that there are a lot of things that happen to us along the way that try to trick us into believing that life is hard. There are hard things that happen in life. I complain about stuff. I'm not a perfect person, but the things we have to do in life are not hard. We make them more difficult. Guido Higgins, the solfeggio frequencies have to be tuned into the Earth's shaman resonance and frequencies. You must be grounded. Yes. Another thing, guys, frequency and energy from the sun, from the earth. Go outside and touch grass every day. That's something that I know she didn't coin it herself, or I don't think she did, but that's something that Jackie references all the time, is getting outside and touching grass. Get your bare feet in the grass. If you're willing to do it, put your hands and your feet in the grass. Put your palms in the grass. Sit in the grass. If you're wearing shorts, let your legs touch the grass. Just be outside 10, 15 minutes. Less if you're real antsy or whatever. But I mean, God, this may be Satan's playground. This earth, this thing we're on. But God created it with so many blessings, man. He gave us more than a fighting chance. He gave us a way to win. So make sure you utilize it. I know I'm one of those people that doesn't always do the things that I could be doing to better myself, but the goal is to do more and more each time, and to continue to do it a little bit every day. G Fontes, producer / director Jackie. Yep. Yeah. Rocky, bro. Good choice. Helped me too. If you're talking about Rocky, like the movie, yes, absolutely. Oh, perfect. Jackie says the entire WWJ playlist with all 13 days. And she has the link in the chat. So yeah, guys, it's awesome. So she's just reading. So it's funny when she I think it was the second day. Oh, no, it was the first day. So the first day it was definitely the second day of what I'm going to tell you. But the first day she read 2 chapters because she started on the 2nd of December. So she read 2 chapters. And then the next day she read the 3rd chapter. I remember when the 3rd chapter was over, I was just really excited for the 4th chapter. And going piece by piece, it gives you gratitude. It really does. It helps you be appreciative for the word and you look forward to it. And so she takes about 15 minutes out of every day to read a chapter, and it's leading all the way up to Christmas. So make sure you guys check it out. I've seen a lot of people feeling really good in the chat after that just short 15 minutes. It's well worth it. And you can always watch on replay too. And for people on YouTube, her channel is, I believe, is also Jackie is Spot on YouTube. She'll tell you guys, but yeah. Yeah, she says she's only got 25 subscribers. So go over there and subscribe to her channel in between shows. Or if you're getting bored with me, just keep me as the 2nd tab and then come back and look at my beautiful face. I'm just kidding. Miss Rhea Freedom Fighter, the bugs are in the grass. Yeah, the bugs are in the grass. Jackie said for good reason. If you think about it, if the bugs aren't going to it, that means it's not healthy. If you have crops around you and bugs are like, no, I'm not going to eat that, you probably shouldn't be eating it either. Bugs may be nasty, but they're not that dumb. Ooh, Marcy said, or you can buy grounding mats. I have one under my feet now. Jackie's been talking about that. Grounding mats. She has she'll tell you guys about it in the chat, but these pads with spikes on it. Acupressure pads. I know that's obviously a little bit different, but it's energy frequencies. It's all part of the plan, guys. It's all part of the plan. Our plan, God's plan. Marcy serve. Jackie's not liking that. Jackie's not liking that I'm throwing some salsa on it, some picante sauce. I feel like this is kind of random, but I'm going to click on it anyway because it's a long post. So G Fontes 119 says, I can remember my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love that name. QB Baker Mayfield not being able to convert a 3rd and 14 with 3 minutes and 19 seconds left in the 4th quarter versus Atlanta on Thursday. That would win a game we lost by 1 point. So you're telling me that you remember that, but do you remember the good times in your childhood? Because that sounds like that was not a good time. Maybe leave that one in the past and look forward to this week. You know, you guys will probably get a W and you'll get into the playoffs. You know, the Panthers aren't going to get into the playoffs over you. Keith Higgins, watch where you put that grounding rod. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa, hey, oh. Candy says, I found Jackie through Shipwreck. She has a great message and she is normal, with a crying, laughing emoji. Jackie would be offended by that statement. She's not normal. She's the weirdest person I know. That's not true. I'm just kidding. Good to see you, Candy. I'm glad that you found Jackie. And Jackie is normal. She's not a normie. She's normal. And by normal, I mean she's not going to bite your head off. She may seem feisty on the outside, but she's got a little mushy center. She's like one of those hard candies. Oh yeah, sorry. No, she's actually fierce. She's like a house cat. You know those house cats that will just, you're like, hey, don't do that, and then they just knock something off the counter, or they just scratch you when you're trying to give them a kiss. Yeah, that's Jackie. Softy. She can hear me. That's why I'm whispering. But anyway, so enough. Oh, acupuncture mats are the best. Yes, acupressure mats. If you want to come correct all my words, you can come over here. Marcy Serves says, I also have one on my mattress. Yeah, somebody was talking about that on one of their shows. Yeah, it probably was Zach, Red Pill 78. But yeah, man, like, guys, energy is so important. And there's so many buildings, like, perfect example is kids. The reason why so many kids have ADHD, this is my opinion, obviously. Everything's my opinion on this show when I'm talking. But Kids are in, and BB talked about it for himself. He sitting in a room and fluorescent lights in a white room with just 4 walls. Sometimes you had windows. Most rooms had windows, but some of them didn't. Science rooms didn't have windows usually. And you're just sitting there all day. And there's a reason why kids develop learning disabilities or issues. It's because nobody should be put into that situation. Like, I remember my transition from being in a classroom where everything was free roaming. Like we were pasture raised kids, whereas other kids were raised in cages. Who built the cages, Joe? Actually, him and Obama built the cages when they went to core. That's when they really ruined the system. But anyway, I am not a parent, so I will save my my rants about the education system for another time. But yeah, man, like, our energy has been harnessed from us through being overworked, malnourished, put into a fear state constantly, kept awake by lights and all kinds of frequencies and stimuli. And we're taking our energy back, man. That's what I'm most excited about. We are taking our energy back. Yes, we are. Kick Dreaming, good to see you, brother. Says, nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. Where we go one, we go all. Absolutely. And crimes against children unite all humanity. Q. Love that. And namaste from Brooklyn. Good to see you. And shout out to Brooklyn. Yeah, guys, all this ties together. Even the crimes against children. That's harnessing energy. Obviously, we know about the really dark harnessing of energy, but just the fear in general, the fear of the population that your kids are going to get taken from you. You're the fear that kids, the fact that because of fear, children aren't going outside and playing and being not in the sun, but like being outside, being free to run around. Can't go into a national park without worrying about your kids getting snatched up. Crazy. Black Hat Destroyer. What's up, Chip Cookie? You didn't put chocolate in there.
It's implied.
Oh, it's implied. Good call. Good to see you.
You have to read Keith O'Higgins's latest because.
Oh, Jackie's okay. So Jackie just pointed out to me. Hold on. First of all, Keith O'Higgins says light is a spectrum that can mess with your rectum. Yep, that's a very good point.
You should pull up the video.
I'm gonna pull it up. I already know what you're talking about. So I had this video saved. First of all, I'm gonna, for what Keith O'Higgins said about light is a spectrum that can mess with your rectum. Remember that one, although he might have just elaborated on it in his rant. And then he's also sending a rant for $1 that says, pull this up. That says Gregorian chants changed to symphonies after the Gutenberg press allowed sheet music to be replicated and distributed easy and cheap. So Gregorian chants changed to symphonies after the Gutenberg press allowed sheet music to be replicated and destroyed easy and cheap. Okay. I read that twice so that I could really take in what he was saying because I was expecting it to be something funny. Thank you, Keith. Thank you for that knowledge. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's so funny because there's so many things that, like, I remember growing up learning that the printing press might have been the most important invention of all time. It probably was. But, well, maybe not the most important. Fire, the wheel, certain other things. But I keep finding out more and more things because I don't think about the fact that before things were printed, it was just word of mouth or written on some type of cloth, or there wasn't mass production. But that's a great way to spread information. Pamphlets. It's a great way to start a revolution, but it's also a great way to control people. Propaganda. That's when Psy-Wars Psy-Wars probably really kicked in when storytelling began. That was probably one of the first real Psy-Wars. But when it comes to paper, I think that the printing press was a really big turning point. But anyway, so Jackie this is going back to Keith O'Higgins' rectum comment. He said, this is another one. He said, I'm glad my rectum could come in handy without a proctologist involved. You're nasty, bro. I did bring it up, but it's because Jackie sent this video, and I don't know how her algorithm has gotten her into this video path. Oh, it's because Jackie wants to contribute so much to Y Chromes. Where is it? Is it on Instagram? Telegram. Oh, okay. So this might take a second, guys. So I'll do something else while we wait for that. I will. Oh, this is perfect. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be. All right. So this is Keith. Tune into Y Chromes. I'll bring it to Y Chromes. All right. So guys, if we're sitting here stagnant for a while, it's because Jackie is using her producer powers to get this video played. I'm assuming she sent it to me directly from her account. Yep, here it is. It's not the hockey one. Oh my gosh, she sent me so many videos. It's not the lady, is it? Oh gosh. All right, guys. So unfortunately, because my lovely girlfriend thinks that nasty things are so funny, we're going to be subjugated to humor that I would never laugh at. I would never laugh at this.
Never laugh, okay.
Never. I don't even know how to laugh at this. By the way, guys, I'm just stalling because I'm having to save this real quick. And boom. All right. So this is in response. Dun, dun, dun. Silence. To Keith O'Higgins saying, light is a spectrum that can mess with your rectum. I've heard that before, but this gentleman might differ from your take on it. Just saying, Keith. Oh, God. All right, guys, enjoy.
Episode of It's Not All White People, but It's Always White People.
You guys ask about the butthole sunning all the time. 30 seconds of sun on the butthole is like 8 hours of sun outside with your clothes on.
I'm gonna have to check my HOA guidelines before I start sunning my beehole in my backyard.
So you're getting that sunlight up into the channels of the body. You're giving yourself a nice energetic electrical butt plug.
Is this what that Soundgarden song is about?
Black hole sun.
Sun on your testicles or naked sun is good for testosterone boosting.
So I'm gonna have to do a deep dive here, but I've never been so confident that this guy has a video promoting drinking piss or some sort of piss type of video somewhere. I have to go look for it.
Aged urine has got hundreds of millions of stem cells. When I put it on my face or when I put it on my body, aches and pains go away. When I put it on my face, my mood lifts.
What did I say, dude? I knew it. I knew it.
Wow. Wow. Now, unfortunately, guys, he might be right, which is the worst part of it. It's so nasty. But there have been studies shown that of the healing properties of your own urine. I think that's nasty. I'm not doing that. And then also the sunlight one. It's disgusting. I think that's disgusting. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But I mean, the things people test out to see if they work. Like, who was the first person to test that out? Like, so Kick Dreaming says, only time I'll drink my piss is if I'm stranded out at sea. So I would probably try to find a way to desalinate seawater, but if it comes down to it, you never know. But that makes sense because that's for survival. Now, I understand that people could argue your health, that's for survival. But there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. Oh, man. So the reason I went ahead and played that anyway, by the way, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna need to play an ad, but I don't want to play the ad right after that. So let me figure out something to use to cut the time. Okay, I got one for you guys. So I got 3 videos for you guys. The first one is a guitar player and a banjo player dueling over Jingle Bells. It's badass. And then I'm gonna play two videos. One's a college football player and one is a professional football player, and they're just talking about Jesus Christ. And that's gonna lead us into the Christmas week. I call next week the Christmas week because the week of Christmas isn't just Christmas. So the week before is Christmas week. And Grow Wizard says urine is high in nitrogen. Yep. I think I could probably get my nitrogen from somewhere else, but that's good to know. That is good to know. Yeah, it's good to know in case of an emergency, Jackie. You never know. But all right, so I'm going to play this video. Then I'm going to come back, finish the ads out, and then we're going to play the last two videos, and then we're going to get out of here. All right. So, guys, please, please, please enjoy this video. And if you don't, you need something.
You need Jesus.
Yeah, you definitely need Jesus. We all need Jesus, but you need something. Probably just Jesus. That's usually always the answer. All right, enough stalling. Here's a video. And remember, it's a dueling guitar and banjo player. And I believe it's actually shout out to Navy. So Navy won the Army-Navy game. And this is the naval band, I believe. So enjoy. Woo! That was awesome. I found that earlier and I lost it. I started doing the same thing you guys just saw when I found that earlier. Guys, it might just be the fact that I'm from the South, but there's nothing better than a banjo. The banjo is the greatest, either the banjo or the harmonica. My buddy Chris, he slays on the banjo. Like, I think he learned it just to annoy his parents, like find that one instrument that would really piss your parents off. And it wasn't like for school or anything, I don't think. I think he just was just like, let me find something to piss my parents off. And he learned how to play the banjo, and it was awesome. Who won the duel, though? We won. The audience won the duel. That's who won the duel. Man, that was so much fun. All right, so let me catch my breath and and let's get into the next two ad reads. So first up, there's a Christmas package for backgrounds. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Second up, we have Van Man. Shout out to Van Man. You know about Van Man taking down big toothpaste with all natural oral care, right? It's the perfect time to grab the dental care bundle to gift. Van Man's tooth powder is loaded with minerals like eggshells and bone, and combined with pulling oils and peppermint aloe mouth rinse. It's truly the ultimate fluoride-free dental hygiene bundle that saves you 25% off the individual prices. And the van never stops. Introducing Van Man's new Pearl Eye Cream and Sweet Onion Shampoo. Ooh, that sounds good. Head over to badlandsmedia.tv/vanman to see what's new. That's badlandsmedia.tv/vanman. All right, shout out to Van Man. I can't tell if Jackie's laughing at me or not, but I really did. For some reason, I don't know why Sweet Onion Shampoo sounds good to me. Because like the first time you hear that, you're like, wait, what? But that sounds awesome. Oh man. So guys, I'm not a weird person like this, but like, so I would never eat shampoo. But the fact that like shampoo and stuff is made in scents that are like they smell good, they smell like they taste good. I just feel like that's so mean to kids because I feel like if a kid got around that, they'd be like, "Oh my god, this is delicious," and they would just start eating shampoo and just start burping bubbles. So anyway, Van Man's toothpaste is great for your teeth. Their shampoo is great for your hair and not for your digestive system. So shout out to Van Man. Sorry. Hopefully you guys get more people over there because of my nonsense and shenanigans. But they're an awesome company. Been around for a while. I know they were gone for a little bit. The van went on a journey. They went on a road trip, but they're back. So shout out to Van Man. And last up, ad wise, we've got which one should I play? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Space Monkey says, I had that sweet onion shampoo. He doesn't talk like this, but I want to make him sound like this. Sorry, Space Monkey. I'm feeling silly right now. I have that sweet onion shampoo, and it does not smell like onion. It smells pretty neutral, but it's aight. Good call, Space Monkey. If you guys meet him, he may talk to you guys like that. I doubt it, but Jennifer Ray says it's non-GMO. It is non-GMO. It may make your stomach hurt, but it's going to be better for you than some of the food you'd be eating. So last ad coming up is us. It's Annie and us. Annie and us. Soft disclosure. We got a Christmas sale going on, guys. This is the week to get your stuff. Don't be like me and try to order stuff at the last minute. This is not some Amazon drone giant corporation. You're not going to get your gift the next day. People have to do certain things, so make sure you order your stuff today. And shout out to Soft Disclosure.
Soft Disclosure just dropped new favorites for the season. The lotion, your 5-ounce favorite, is still here. And now we've added full 11-ounce bottles. New lavender tea tree deodorant, clean, calm, and effective. New tallow bars, chamomile lemon rose, and naked. Rich moisture that actually works. And now the lineup is complete. Beard oil in unscented and spiced vanilla. Palo lip balms, available in chamomile mint, vanilla, naked, and vanilla tangerine. Palo bar minis for pocket-ready hydration. Available in vanilla coffee and naked. And finally, lavender vanilla lotion. Clean, calm, and made to work. Visit softdisclosure.com. Use code Badlands and get 15% off. Soft Disclosure, for truth you can gift.
Get your Soft Disclosure, people. Who said that? I just saw something. Liberty Lion says, dang it, I want instant gratification from the all-natural oral care. I mean, you can get instant gratification. You just got to change what you're grateful for. Be grateful for not having funky breath. That's what I'm grateful for every time I brush my teeth. I'm grateful that Jackie will kiss me. My breath doesn't stink. Get your Van Man. Women will kiss you. All right, so the last two things I'm going to play for you guys because we got to get out of here. First up is Bijan Robinson, the running back for, if you guys were on Only Lands last night, Alpha was, I think that was one of the first things he did where he was acting out that he was his number one running back in fantasy. But he plays for my Atlanta Falcons. I love the guy as a player, and he seems like a good guy too, but I don't know him. So, these celebrities, not even celebrities, but these people, you don't know who they really are. But the message that he's putting out there, I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it. All right, so this one says, powerful. Falcons running back Bijan Robinson says that the team played for Jesus tonight because they were eliminated from the playoffs. When I first read that, I started laughing because I was just like, why don't blame Jesus for being eliminated? But then I reread it and I was like, oh, he's just saying like that we didn't play to go to the playoffs, which is the whole reason you play professional sports is to win championships, at least for the team. So he says in the quote, he says, we know we're eliminated. We understood that everything that we had to do is for a purpose. It's for Jesus. And I love that because I feel like that's why we should put our best foot forward every time. We're doing stuff we're here to glorify God and our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So your team may be the Falcons. You may constantly lose games that you should win, but when you go out there, you compete every time. And even when the games quote unquote don't matter, like we don't have a first round pick. So winning, losing, it doesn't affect our pick status. So I'm going to play this. And it sounds a little rough. But anyway.
We knew we were eliminated, but we never stopped fighting in practice. We understood that everything that we had to do is for a purpose. It's for Jesus, for our team. So like for us, like it didn't matter what the situation was. We knew we had to come out here. We have a job to do. We're a team that came together during the week, and we just want to come out here and have fun. Like no matter the circumstance, and we got it done. And I'm just very proud of this team.
So yeah, man. Giving glory to God. And then the last one I wanted to show you guys. Jackie's laughing about something. Maddo says LeBron plays for stats, not championships. Yeah, no one cares about LeBron. We know who he worships. He's flaunted it in front of us, so whatever. He's on the other side. But anyway, but that's funny though. But this last one is the quarterback for Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia. So he was a JUCO transfer, junior college transfer. So he obviously either wasn't recruited, highly recruited, or his grades weren't great, or whatever the reason was. But he transferred to Vanderbilt, who was not a good program for a very long time, and now they are one of the best programs in the country this season. They missed out on the playoffs, but they did really well, man. Sorry, Rocky Top apologist, but you know how he plays. You respect that. I know you do. But anyway, so this is just him talking about. So it says Heisman hopeful / Vanderbilt QB Diego Pavia. By the way, I think Gunnar Stockton is going to win the Heisman, and he should because he's my quarterback. But shout out to Diego Pavia for being in the running. Explains how 2 teammates led him to Christ. This is a quote from him. Christ is real, and he's the reason why I'm here right now. And this one is a little bit more not more powerful because it's all powerful, but it's a little bit more personal than Bijan Robinson's. And I'm going to play this, guys. I'm going to say goodnight right now. I don't think we have any boosts. I know we don't have any more. What? Hold on, guys. Jackie wants me to do something. All right, so I'm pulling this up, guys. I don't know why Jackie wants me to show this. It's literally the same thing we just watched. All of this just to laugh at me. The things we do for love, people. The things we do for love. Good gravy. Anyway, so I'm gonna play the video of Diego Pavia talking about how Christ is real and he's the reason why he's here right now. And then I'm gonna play the outro. Y'all have a great rest of your Saturday night. I am sorry for Jackie's nonsense and shenanigans. I'm just kidding. But no, I love her so much. I'm just kidding, guys. This is our relationship, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love her. I love her the way that she is. She's perfect the way she is for me. But all right. So I'm gonna play this, guys, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your Saturday. People is starting right now, I believe. Alpha may be a little late. You know him. He's on CPT most of the time. But I'm gonna play this, and I hope you enjoy it. And then have a great evening. Love you guys. And good night.
I went to JUCO, and I did not I had questions about God. It was like God wasn't really in my life, and it was like, where am I? And I met these 2 dudes, Dalton Bowles and Carson Sullivan. And these dudes one's a preacher right now, and one's a coach. And these dudes led me to Christ. I swear right now, I literally the first time I ever prayed, really on my hands and knees, tears were dropping from my eyes, and it was just like I got up and it was just like it was like tears of like joy, you know, like coming to the Lord and Savior. And it was ever since then, it was like, this is what I needed. It was a relationship with God, and this is why I didn't get this. This is why I didn't get this. And it was just kept building. And then I met Eli Stowers. Eli Stowers, like, I don't want this to be weird or anything, but he's a Christian. He don't have sex. He don't drink. He don't smoke. He don't do anything. He stays in the house. He's got a girlfriend. Like, this dude is one of the, I wouldn't say perfect Christians. No one's perfect, but this guy's right there. And it was like, that's why he came to New Mexico State. That's why I'm with him here at Vanderbilt. And it was just like, dude, Christ is real, and this is the reason why I am here right now.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna be alright. Just hold on for one night. It may take your whole life, but joy comes in the sunrise. Sunrise, just stay there. Good things will come later. God made you for greater. Hold on for that sunrise. To the lost and the broken, who don't know where their home is. Don't forget where your hope is. I'm just helping you notice. You're gonna be alright. Just hold on for one night. It may take your whole life, but joy comes in the sunrise. Sunrise, just stay there. Good things will come later. God made you for greater. Hold on for that sunrise. No, God didn't forget you. Things that you've been through, he was there right beside you, helping to guide you and let some light through. I'm just here to remind you, you're gonna be alright. Just hold